This is Dagmar and Ruth.
Hi there.
We're ready to do some Pilates and specifically side lying exercises.
Side lying leg series.
And so Ruth will be doing most of the cueing. We're gonna be doing some modifications. Everyone can do this.
Yeah, so I'm going to show you a way that's going to be a little less stressful for the shoulder and the core, and Dagmar is going to show you a way to do it where you can challenge yourself a little bit more. So when we get into position on the mat, we want to make sure that we first line up from your head to your feet. So think about a nice straight line from the head all the way down to the feet. I always go to the back of my mat, and that's how I kind of line myself up. And then you're going to position your feet forward just a little bit, okay? If you're doing it with me, you'll be down here, but you want to think of it keeping the ribs up and lifted just a little bit. If you're doing it with Dagmar, you just want to make sure you're not sinking into that shoulder, that you're really staying lifted out of the shoulder. Okay, so let's get started with this. We're thinking about our Pilates positioning where our core is engaged, our hips are nice and even, we have a neutral spine and pelvis. If you want to challenge yourself, this arm is going to be here. Otherwise, you can support here. So Dagmar may or may not want her arm lifted depending on where she can keep everything nice and still. The goal is to keep the body still while we move the leg. All right, so we're going to rotate our feet into a Pilates V position. Think of engaging from the pelvis all the way down to the heels, so everything is nice and strong. And then from there, we lift the leg, but only as high as we can lift it without the hips moving. So we want to keep those hips nice and even, nice and lifted in the obliques, and then drop. So we lift and we flex the foot down. So point the toe and flex back down. The whole time we're doing this, we don't want to collapse into the rib cage. We want to keep those hips even. Don't let them rotate. Pull. We'll just do a few more here. Last two. Zip it back together. One more. Okay, now hold it right here. Now a little bit of point of the foot, and we're going to rotate that leg in the hip socket. So a circle, come back to here, zip it. Okay? Circle, zip. So remember, no movement in the body. I always like to tell my clients, think of a hot cup of coffee sitting on your shoulder, if your hand's down here, and you can't let that coffee spill, so we don't want the body moving all over the place as we circle the leg. Let's do one more. Now we're gonna go the opposite direction. So again, no movement in the body. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. One more. And hold. Okay, now rotate the toes and knees straight ahead. Again, stay lifted. Take that leg forward. Now remember, the leg should start just a little bit off of that foot, so I didn't give you that cue, but make sure it's lined up with the hip. And we come forward and back. And again, only as far as you can go without the body moving. So we don't want this happening, right? We want to keep it nice and still, getting that glute to engage as we come back. Keeping the core nice and strong, pulling through, keeping it even with the hip. Exhale, one more, exhale. Now bend the knee, bring it forward like a bicycle, and come through. All right, inhale and exhale, inhale and exhale. So again, as that hip extends, as that leg comes back, make sure that shoulder is not rotating forward. One more, hold it to the front, okay? Now bend the knee and let's go backwards. So backwards bicycle. And behind, inhale, exhale. Breathe with it. And two, one more. Good, now bring the legs together, hold it there for a second. Lift this leg top back up, and we're gonna try to match that bottom leg to the top leg. So you might have to support with your hand. If you can do it with your hand up here, that's awesome. We wanna take that leg and meet the top leg, working that inner thigh, working the adductor. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Let's do one more. Inhale, exhale, and rest. I always like to give my hip a little break.
My goodness.
Dagmar's so quiet.
I know, because this is not easy.
It takes a lot of focus, right? All right, so we're going to, we decided that we don't want to be lopsided, so we're going to do the other side with you. So let's go to the other side, and we won't get to see Dagmar's pretty face as much. I'll be down. No, we will, because I'll be down. All right, here we go.
I'll stop here.
So line everything up. Take your feet a little bit forward. All right, make sure that you've got the ribs lifted and you're stacking your hips. Turn into that Pilates V, so the bottom leg is active, the inner thigh is active. Draw that navel in, and we're gonna start by just lifting that leg. Ready? And it's lift and lower. So you wanna gently point the foot and then flex through the heel. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. And you don't want to think of just dropping the leg. We want to think of zipping the leg back together, almost like there's a spring attached to the ankle and you're pulling it back down. One more, and hold it there. Now we're going to have a soft point of the foot. We're going to circle. Inhale and exhale. So remember again, the circle is as big as you can handle without the body moving around. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. One more. Keep those ribs nice and lifted. Let's go the opposite way. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Breathe with it. Nice engagement of the core. Last one, and take the toes and knees straight ahead. All right, leg is lifted, so the hips are nice and even here. We want to take that leg forward and then flex through the heel to come back. So a soft point of the foot forward, flex through the heel to come back. If you need a little support, go ahead and take that hand down, so that way you can support yourself so your body's not moving. But you do want to really work from here. Right, Dagmar?
Yes.
And back. And one more. And back. Let's go ahead and go into our bicycle and come through. Bend the knee to come forward and extend it back and then kick it back as you go through. So our goal is to try to keep toes and hips in alignment as we're moving the leg. So we don't want to sink the leg down here, so it's real close to that other leg, right? Last one, and then stop it to the front. Now let's go back. So extend back, come through, and breathe. Inhale, exhale. Good. Inhale, exhale. And 2. Hopefully we're even, because you know how that goes.
I think so.
And
at least I am.
That's it. And down. I know I am too. Okay, so quick break, but then we lift it back up and hold it, and now we do our inner thigh. So we're going to lift the bottom leg to meet the top. Exhale. Inhale.
For me, it's really getting deep into my obliques.
Oh yeah, me too. Definitely on this one for sure. I feel those obliques really kicking in, trying to help out. All right. But remember, don't let the bottom rib cage sink to the floor. So you want to stay kind of teeny bit lifted there so everything stays in alignment.
And I'm
Breathe.
barely lifting that leg.
I'm barely lifting my leg. And last one, and rest.
Oh,
and then bring that leg forward. Oh,
can I just take a nap now, please?
And you know, the side leg series, there's lots of other things that you can actually do with the side leg series. This wasn't necessarily classical side leg series, but it's part of the work that we do in our Pilates mat work. So we hope that you enjoyed that.
I sure did. Pretty honed up now through the side of the body and down through the legs.
My hips are like, yeah, ready to go through the day. All right, ladies. Well, thank you so much and have a great day.
Bye-bye.